You need a USB with your version of Windows installed on it, so that way if your system ever goes corrupt, you can boot Windows from that actual USB and get access to your main hard drive to recover your files. In your browser, go to rufus.ie and scroll down to the download section. Find the portable version and click on it. And just wait for it to download. Once it's done, hit the up arrow and hit open. And there it is. I'm just going to minimize it. Going back into the browser again, search for Microsoft Media Creation Tool and hit the first link. Then you want to find your Windows version. Mine is Windows 11. And scroll down to this one here. So this ISO here that you'll be creating allows you to run your version of Windows from a flash drive. So whenever your system goes corrupt, your operating system no longer functions and you can't get access to any of your files on the drive, you can plug your USB in and run Windows from that USB, and that'll give you access to your main drive. Because your operating system isn't running from it, you can grab all the files or whatever you need off of that hard drive and still save all your files that way. Or also do troubleshooting while you're there and possibly fix it. Go to the drop down here, and there's only one option here. Select the ISO and then hit download now. And select your language. Mine's going to be English, and hit confirm. And then select 64-bit download up here. And there it is. Now open when done. And just wait for it to download. It's now downloaded. I'm going to open a File Explorer and go to Downloads. And you can see the ISO right there along with Rufus. So now I'm going to open Rufus. And the first thing I'm going to do is select the correct drive. I'm going to open a File Explorer again and go to this PC, and the USB flash drive that I've inserted has the letter E. I'm going to make sure it lines up with this letter here, E, because doing this will delete whatever's on your flash drive. It'll completely format everything and replace it with this ISO. So you want to make sure you select the right one. Make sure ISO is selected here, and click on select here and select your ISO file. Now it's going to show up here, and the next thing you want to do is go to this drop down here and select Windows to Go. Now if you're using a bigger SSD or an external hard drive that has a bigger storage capacity, it might not show up right away. In that case, you want to hit this drop down here and select List USB hard drives. Then they'll actually show up here. Now that you have all that done, hit Start and select your Windows version. If you're going to be using this as kind of a recovery option, you might as well just hit Windows 11 Pro. It doesn't really matter all that much which Windows version you choose. And hit OK. And here you want to actually uncheck remove requirement for an online Microsoft account, and remove Windows to Go from accessing internal disks is actually something you want to uncheck as well, because this is going to prevent access to your internal disk. And here you can just also select disable data collection, skips privacy questions. I guess that just makes it a quicker setup. And then create a local account with username. You can set your username here. I'm just going to finish that as my name. And that's pretty much it. Now hit OK. And now it's warning one last time that all the data on this USB is going to be destroyed and replaced, and that's OK. And now it's starting. Now the amount of time this will take varies greatly, depends on the speed of your flash drive. And now you have a USB that you can run Windows from. Be sure to check out the previous video where I show you how to put Windows on a USB so you can easily reinstall it when your system goes corrupt.